Hi, everyone. Jacqueline Kuhn here with JacquelineKuhn.com, powered by angels. I am here with our monthly angels and astrology update. We are now in Pisces season. I hope most of you feel the energy shift. When we're in Pisces, it's a little more spiritual, a little more ethereal, and it definitely kind of moves in a smooth way, just like, fish in the water. So let's get started with our angels and astrology for Pisces season. So given that we are in Pisces season, we are with Archangel Sandalphon. Most people don't know who Archangel Sandalphon is. You don't hear about him often. He's not one of the major archangels that most people know about, but he is an incredibly uh, strong, powerful, and old, really, archangel, one of the kind of originals from way back when. Before I get into specifically Archangel Sandalphon, for those of you who are newer to the Angels and Astrology series, uh, I want to provide a little insight into who the archangels are. There are 15 of them that have been written about. Three are the overseers, three are the managers of the other archangels and guardian angels. It's Michael, Raphael, and Haniel. All of the other actually align with zodiac signs and the sort of the gifts they possess, what they bring, how they can help you while you're on this earth is really aligned to the properties of that zodiac sign. And so learning more about the archangels, what they do and how they align with the various signs and how they align specifically with your astrological chart really helps you to know how to work with them, because God created the archangels and the guardian angels to help us while we are on this earth. Our souls are divine, our bodies are of this earth, and our souls can't be nourished solely with things of this earth. And that's where the angels come into play to help our souls while we're on this earth navigate what is really difficult for a divine being. So think of the archangels as your helpers in navigating the difficult times when you're being spiritually, morally challenged. The other thing I always like to inform people about and talk about and educate, and we blog about them, are angel numbers. Divine beings want to communicate with us. Some people can actually hear divine beings. Now, I tend to communicate with the angels through downloads, claircognizance, and messages in my ear, specifically through music, clairaudience. And so I get actual communications through knowingness and hearing. But not everybody does. And so numbers are used by divine beings, by the angels, to communicate to us, to help us understand what we need to do at any given point in time. What the energy is of the day, the week, the whatever. And so, unlike numerology, when we look at an angel number, we look at the number itself. We do not add them up. So a 777 in numerology is what? 14, 21, 3, right? No. In angel numbers, it's the power of three number sevens. We don't add them up. We look at each number, the property of each numbers, and what does that bring? So for the year 2025, it's trust, which is 2, divine intervention, divine being, which is 0, and change, which is 5, which is why this is a big year of spiritual change. This year, it's about trusting that all these changes that are happening are divinely guided and they're meant to happen for all of our spirituality needs. Today, 219 is all about trust, creating, and endings. Whenever you have a 9, you know that it's going to be a hard message. A 9 means you have to let something go. Something has to end. So when you reflect on any day with a 9 in it, what you want to do is see, take a look at what ended. So on the 19th, what ended? Was it something you decided to stop doing, or a relationship you decided to end, or something, cleaning out a closet, decided to throw out or donate old clothing, merchandise, whatever? Or was it something that naturally happened through circumstance? Something wore out or broke and you had to get rid of it, or you just had to say goodbye to someone. Or did somebody end something with you? So on a day of 9, um, endings are more likely to happen. And so you just kind of want to reflect as to what happened and why. And what has it opened up for you? Every ending opens up room for new beginnings. We cannot have new beginnings without endings. That is just the cycle of life and how things work. So you just need to trust that every ending leads to a new beginning, leads to a new way, a better way for you to be aligned more spiritually. So that's the meaning of number 219. Now let's get into some details about Archangel Sandalphon. His name means brother together. It may sound a little funny to you, but but brother together reflects his being the spiritual brother of Archangel Metatron. So the way it is written is Archangel Sandalphon was once the prophet Elijah. When the prophet Elijah died and went up to heaven, God valued his prophecy and his knowingness of the word so much that he made him into an archangel. Metatron, who was also a human, the prophet Enoch, was in similar fashion made an archangel upon his death. And so the link between the two are super tight in that they were thought of by God as the two humans who most closely knew who he was, his word, and lived his word, and can help others live the word. Really, really powerful. And that's why Archangel Sandalphon has some really unique roles. Receiving and delivering prayers is the most common for Archangel Sandalphon to really help, ask him to intercede to help get your prayers, heard and answered. But because he was human, he's also of things of this earth, and particularly in protecting unborn children and making sure that they remain safe, and against all harm. And so pregnant women, if you want to make sure your babies are alive, born alive and healthy, you may ask for Archangel Sandalphon to help watch over you and your unborn baby. And he's pictured with a lyra because he's also the angel of music. The really interesting, because if you're a fan of the Phantom of the Opera, the Angel of Music was a big theme in that musical, right? But that's Archangel Sandalphon. He is the angel of music. And oftentimes, when you get musical thoughts in your head, it could be Archangel Sandalphon communicating to you. But if you are a musician, if you want to be a musician, if you just love music, want to, Archangel Sandalphon to help you find the right musical piece, etc., he would be great to reach out to from that perspective. He's also one of the few archangels that were actually written about in both Judaic and Christian writings. He's not mentioned in what we consider scripture today, but he definitely can be found in the Midrash, the Talmud, and the Kabbalah. So he was written about in ancient writings about Judaism and Christianity, but for whatever reason, he was never moved over into what is considered scripture today. Don't know why, wasn't around back then, but just something's really interesting about him. And so as we move into Pisces season and the Pisces energy of being, spiritual, connecting with your spirituality, reflection, right? Being reflective of what is going on, calming. That's what Archangel Sandalphon is here and all about. So I encourage you during Pisces season to reach out to him to help you on your spiritual journey, as well as any of you who are or know women who are pregnant to help protect their unborn babies. Now, we do have a couple of key astrology events. This is angels and astrology after all, that I want to talk about. Mercury entering Pisces, Mars direct in Cancer, and the Pisces new moon. There's a ton of influences still in play. I'm going to go through each slide, but I won't talk much about them because they have been covered in prior sessions, and you can always go back to those YouTube sessions from a couple of weeks or a month ago to find out what was said about those. The first is Mercury entering Pisces. Mercury entered Pisces on February 14th. It will exit about April 7th. Now, I like talking about Mercury a lot, mainly probably because I'm high Mercury in my chart. Mercury rules Virgo and Taurus and other signs that I've got lots of presence in my chart. But because Mercury is really about communication, right? And Mercury is a planet very, very close to Earth. And when Mercury moves, we feel it more than other planets because it's so close to Earth and its energy. And in Pisces, with the Piscean energy of kind of being, being in your thoughts and being able to think and create, what it really allows you to do is really focus on that creativity, whether it be writing or speaking, or the arts. And it really allows you to amp up that part of yourself. Imagination is probably the key to Mercury and Pisces. So use this time to imagine what the possibilities are for you moving forward. What are those possibilities? And if in doing so you need to kind of go away and be by yourself, that's okay. That is also a part of this Piscean energy, kind of being reflective, being off on our own and understanding, where we are with regards to things. So take advantage of the creative energy. So if you have creative projects you're trying to get to the finish line, use this time so that by April 7th, you can get some of those creative projects finished and off your plate because there's going to be some very good doing energy, and some practical energy coming a little later this spring. Yay, Mars retrograde comes to an end. I cannot tell you how happy I am that Mars retrograde is coming to an end. Mars will move direct in Cancer, 22nd, 23rd, depending on where in the world you are. And you might even be feeling it right now, or you're feeling the very ending of Mars retrograde, where all the tension is and like snippiness of people is happening. But when it goes direct in Cancer, you feel relief, right? Anything that was frustrating you can begin to look at it and take your emotions out and begin to solve the problem. You're not going to be reacting. You're not going to be dealing with people who are totally out of control and not reasonable. So as Mars begins to go direct in Cancer, hopefully you're beginning to feel that energy and in your own frustrations are being, left behind. This is going to be really important as the world is changing, right? Because in the US we have our new president and Donald Trump, and he is making a ton of changes, right? And a lot of people's initial reaction has been, oh my God, this is horrible. This world is coming to an end, and very reactive and very negative. And Mars retrograde triggers a lot of that. As it starts moving direct into Cancer, you'll be able to see what's going on in a less reactive light, in a less angry light, and be able to say, oh, okay, I can understand what's happening, take the emotion out of it, and begin to intellectualize it. So take heed. Some of the craziness and the nastiness and the fiery energy that you've been feeling is beginning to dissipate. And in a week, you should be feeling much better, and your interactions with people should be much more at ease. And then if it weren't enough for Mercury to be in Pisces, we have a Pisces new moon on the 27th, and that takes your creative juices up to the next level. The Pisces new moon will really help you with those spiritual projects, with the imagining of what is possible, and then using your own intuition, right? Leveraging your intuition. So with a new moon in Pisces, as it goes through its cycle, with Mercury in Pisces, really take this time to leverage all that creative energy that is out there for you. With Archangel Sandalphon, um, and his ability to help you get your prayers answered, you might want to figure out what it is you're trying to imagine, be creative about it, ask Archangel Sandalphon to be with you and take your prayers up so that you have divine help in carrying them out. Really, really, really cool, nice, easy sort of energy. And then one of the things that a Pisces new moon can bring out, and then with Mercury in Pisces alongside of it, is Mercury being obviously the planet of communication. You may find that you'll be able to express yourself in a more genuine way. Say things that maybe have been difficult for you to say. Express your emotions so that other people understand them. Express how you're feeling, right? In ways that aren't necessarily threatening or angry, right? Just expressing who you are and how you feel, and finding that voice of yours. This is a great time for that with this energy. And so, maybe maybe music is not your thing, but you could ask Archangel Sandalphon to help you find music to express yourself with, or to listen to help get you motivated. Music as a tool to soothe you as well as to motivate you. It is really known that we as human beings react to music in both ways of calming as well as in ways of, being amplified, right? Get our energy up, increase our energy and our motivation. And so as you're thinking creatively, listening to intuition, what you need, you might want to ask Archangel Sandalphon to bring to you music ideas to kind of help with your mood, right? To help you either calm down and relax, or get you motivated to work out or do something exciting. So please take advantage of this Pisces time and Archangel Sandalphon in that way. The moon, adding to all of this, is the moon in Pisces conjunction with that Mercury in Pisces, right? So we've got lots of this Piscean energy going on right now, with moon and Mercury. And so hopefully you're all feeling it, and being able to engage in ways maybe you haven't been able to in a long time. There are planetary influences still in play. Neptune is direct in Pisces. Again, another total amplifying of the Piscean energy. Venus in Aries. Venus continues to be in Aries through April 30th. And as I go through these slides rather quickly, if you want to pause the video so you can read through them, please do so, or check my last month's Angels and Astrology for more detail on them. Jupiter is direct in Gemini and will remain there through June 19th. So now is the time to get those opportunities and sales and make those creative projects, work for you and, as sources of income or whatever. So don't forget about that. And Uranus, which is a very slower moving planet, remains in Taurus until September 6th. And of course, we're 20 years of Pluto in Aquarius. And so we all know about the Aquarian age. Before I turned this video on to kind of walk through the astrology, I did pull some messages from the archangels. And so interestingly enough, a lot of it is reflective, and a lot of it is about harmonious relationships. So Archangel Jeremiel, I have two messages from Archangel Jeremiel. One is really about taking inventory of your life, where you are today, what you want to change, how spiritually are you where you want to be spiritually? Are there things you need to do to enhance or amp up your spirituality? That's really important right now, to be honest. And kind of while you've got some of this, Piscean energy flowing through Earth at the moment, really good time to do that, right? And Archangel Jeremiel is the archangel for life review. He also sent a message that the worst is behind us. We are at the point where we should be ready to embrace a new spiritual way of living. The worst has happened. We are now in an era of truly doing things for community, keep doing things that are best for all people. We are in an energy of selfishness is not going to be tolerated. So really remembering that we are now in a time of deep spiritual awakening, and the time of earthly matters, where earthly things matter more than spiritual things, are behind us. So take that review of where you are spiritually, where you are in your beliefs, and what do you need to do to really get in touch with spirit. Relationship harmony, and Archangel Raguel. So what this is really saying is, there's been a lot of anger between people over political differences, the wars in the world, just some selfishness, as I mentioned before. People have struggled in their relationships in the last, couple of years. And money hasn't been easy for a lot of folks. And when there are money difficulties, relationships will struggle as well. So Archangel Raguel is coming forth to help you mend those relationships and bring harmony to your relationships. He wants you to, ask him to help open the hearts of all that are involved in your life that you need to mend those relationships with. Open up hearts for forgiveness, for compassion, for empathy, so that you can mend those relationships. Because as we move spiritually forward, karma is going to bite us. If we continue to resent or hold, negative emotions or even antagonistic emotions towards individuals or groups, that is going to karmically come back to bite you in the butt. So you need to make sure that you have harmony in all the relationships that you have, in all of the ways you're thinking of others. And Archangel Raguel wants to be there for you to help you do that. So where you need to mend some fences, ask him to open up all hearts for the best possible options of mending those fences. And then Archangel Azrael, really for a reminder, hello from heaven. The loved ones that you have that are gone are doing fine. They're with the ascended masters. They're where they need to be. Their souls are resting peacefully. Their bodies are in the ground wherever. But those that have gone are in that other place. While grieving and the grieving process is a normal part of living, Archangel Azrael wants you to let go of that worry, let go of that grief, and just know and believe that they're watching over you, they're helping you with all the blessings that you have, and that all the loved ones that we've lost in the past years, they don't ever permanently go away. They're just looking down from heaven. They're just looking down and they're with us in spirit, but they don't want us to hang on to those spirits like for dear life and not move forward in life, like continually calling out to them and asking them to show themselves. That's not what spirit wants for us. Spirit wants us while we're on this earth to enjoy the moments of this earth and just know that they're there, but we don't necessarily want to continue that having a relationship with them like when they were on this earth. Those are the things that we kind of need to let go of. They're doing great. They're watching over us. And let's focus on things of this earth, not necessarily those souls that have gone before us. Great way to really think about our connection to spirit and our spirituality during this Pisces season. So thank you for joining me today. If you haven't already, like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, join our Facebook group. We just had a Tarot Tuesday. We're having Tarot Tuesdays, the third Tuesday of every month. And if you can't join Tarot Tuesdays, you will have one free question answered per month, right? If you're in the Facebook group, you got a quick question, you need it answered, you message me and I will get an answer to you. We are still offering our free spiral round journal of our angel and astrology calendar with a booking service, or you can download it, the PDF. It has the angels for the month. It has the moons and the significance of angel numbers right there on a calendar. And yeah, in PDF form, it's great. You can keep it online or even print it at home. And if you need to contact me at all, you can visit the website, email me, and of course, text me. I thank you so much for being with me today, for watching this video. Keep your eye out on the YouTube channel for more video extras as the energy changes, as messages from the angels come forth. And I wish you a very, very blessed Pisces season. Thank you so much.